What's up, everybody? This is another episode of your favorite podcast, Raw and Nerdy. And as always, I'm Archon.
And I'm Rook.
And today we're going to talk about some Magic the Gathering
Yeah, we've been talking
because,
about it a lot the past couple of weeks. We figured we'd
yeah,
do
we
an
figured we
episode.
might as well do like a whole episode on it because we've been kind of both getting into it a little bit more. And we thought that, hey, why not? So we're going to talk about it. And I mean, first off, how was your week?
My week wasn't too bad. It was a decent week at work. Well, ish.
Ish.
Well, it's just like any other situation where you meet real people. Real people have feelings. Those feelings get hurt and they get upset. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Found out somebody that told me they don't take work personal took work personal. So,
Takes work personal, yeah.
yeah.
You hurt somebody's feelings?
Yeah, unintentionally.
Did they have to go to their safe space?
No.
Oh, okay. Well,
No,
that's good.
no, it was some drama that went down at work, and we'll leave it at that. But other than that, my week was good. I actually spent been racking my brain around how to build this ship I'm trying to build in Starfield.
I
That's
heard you
been
talk
annoying.
about that in Discord last night.
Yeah, it's been really, really annoying because I'm not creative when it comes to using all the glitches and stuff, but I'm trying.
Yeah.
Um,
Need like a YouTube tutorial or something.
yeah. Also been realizing pre-con certain certain pre-constructed decks from Magic the Gathering Commander are good when you're playing with more than just one person.
Yeah, some of the precon decks aren't too bad. Like, I
Hmm.
actually just took apart one of my precon decks because I want to build another deck using half of the cards that are, well, almost half of the cards that are in it. And as I'm looking at it, I'm like, man, these ones I'm taking out are really good too, though. Like, I like this deck. Maybe I should leave it, but I could also use the. It's a red and black deck, and I'm taking the black cards out.
Mm,
So I could also use those red ones in a different deck. So we'll see.
yeah. I'm actually I got 3 pre-con commander decks, and I'll talk about more about that when we get to our main topic. But I need to actually build the deck I want to build. But that's pretty much been my week outside of editing videos and getting them out at the last second because that's when I do all my work.
Hey, why do today what you can put off till tomorrow, right?
Or, well, technically it is tomorrow when I edit these because I tend to edit them at midnight.
Right before you. Yeah.
Eh,
Procrastinators of the world unite
exactly.
tomorrow.
My best research papers I did while going through college classes were written the night before they were due.
Oh, of course.
That's
That's how
re-
you do it.
that's research, writing.
Why would you take the 2 weeks that you're given when you could do it the night before and still get an A? I mean,
Well, my problem is I tend to second guess myself a lot when I have time to think about it. And more often than not, my train of thought is better when I do an initial run of my thought and I don't have time to second guess myself and whatnot.
right. And like I found when there's pressure involved, like, uh-oh, it's due in the morning, I tend to lock in and focus a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
And when I'm locked in and focused like that, I do better. So,
Write a full research, a full
but
six.
if my kids are listening to this, don't do that. Don't do that. Make sure you take your time and do it right. So,
Yeah, my English teacher in college, she had us write research papers and then or write papers and then she had us plan one out, and each week we had to or not each week, I forgot the period of time, but we had to show her our progress. That
right.
was the worst paper I ever wrote.
Yeah, I agree. Like, that's not my process. That's not how I do things. Just
Mhm.
like in math, my math teacher used to always be like, "Show your work. I want to see your work." That's not how I do it. I do it in my head. That's my process. That's how I function. Don't make me step out of my comfort zone. Like, you want me to get good grades, then let me stay in my comfort zone and do things the way I do things because that's how I work.
See, that's the one thing about Common Core is Common Core worked great for the guy who
Ugh.
created it, and it might work great for some people out there, but for a vast majority of others, it's forcing people to do the math problems a certain way, even though they're still getting the same answers another way. That to me defeats the purpose of critical thinking.
Yeah, I agree. I could go on for an entire episode about Common Core math and how much I hate it and
We're
how I
not
think
here
it's dumb that they tell these kids, "Oh yeah, go home and have your parents help you." None of us learned it this way. We don't know how to do it this way. How are we supposed to help them?
when you
Like,
teach your kid how to do math and they give the teacher the correct answer to the math problem, but that's not what they were asking for. They wanted the Common Core solution. That bothers me.
I've never Oh, no, I can't.
We're
If I
not
get into
political.
this is a rabbit hole that I just don't wanna go down because if I get into this
How was your week?
my week was actually pretty dang decent. Work went nice and smooth. Like, the guys I work with are super nerdy too, and, like, we just had a great week, like, just joking around and been, talking a lot of Magic: The Gathering with the guy I work with named Logan, and I've been playing, this 7 Days to Die game.
Hmm.
I've been getting pretty into it because they suggested it at work. They're like, "Hey, if you like survival games, you should check this out. We've been playing this game for years." So I was like, "Okay." I mean, if it's something that's kept you interested for years, I can't keep interested in a game for more than a couple weeks lately. So hey, let's check it out. So I started playing it, and wow, yeah, I put some time in.
I've played that game. Got into it when I was still living in Washington, but I played it with some friends up there. But outside of that, I've never played it on my own.
It reminds me a lot of Icarus, except for it instead of you just being out in the wild, you're like in like an old like city that's been demolished,
Uh-huh.
and there's zombies, and the zombies scare the crap out of you. And except the big difference with the game is every 7 days or whatever you set it to, it's default 7 days, they have this thing called a blood moon, where for, like, an hour of in-game time, which equates out well, it's a little longer than an hour in-game, I think it's, like, 2 hours in-game time, but it ends up being, like, 20 to 30 minutes. You just have swarms of zombies coming at you no matter where you're at. They're just coming and
Uh-huh.
coming and coming, and you got to survive. And you're like, oh man, I wish I had friends. But then you realize that the more people that are in the game, the more zombies come. And it actually gets harder if there's more people in the game. So it's like, oh man. And they just like nonstop coming. And you either run away, well, try to run away the best you can, or you just sit here and murder zombies for until your hands cramp up. So
If I remember correctly, tungsten is your favorite material to make doors out of in that game.
there is no tungsten in that game.
Sure.
Yep.
They must have
The
removed it.
best material you can get is steel.
Okay,
There
so
is
they
no
have
tungsten.
changed it. Like I said, I it was several years.
At least not the I've seen everything you can make, and it's you can make, like, wood doors, steel doors I mean, iron doors or steel
It's
doors.
it's been removed.
Mm.
They removed it a while back. It was the best doors you could get to survive. I think that was back when it was still in alpha. Like I
But you don't
said,
wanna be I've noticed you don't wanna be in your base when you're getting attacked because it's like, then they wreck your base. If you're out in
mhm.
the open, you can see where they're coming from, you just gotta kinda, like, swivel in circles, but, like, I don't know. I like to like kite them around and like just pick them off. I really like the spear, which they probably didn't have a spear when you played because I heard that that was semi recently added.
Uh-huh.
But the spear is awesome. You just like jab them in the face, and it takes like 2 hits to kill most zombies, especially if you have a good spear. And mine, I have like a mod on it that makes it be on fire. So I got like a flaming spear that I'm stabbing these zombies in the face with. But yeah, it's rough. But when you get these waves, like a lot of them will drop bags,
Mhm.
which have really good stuff in them. So like I like to kill the zombies, but it's
So
stressful.
here's what you should know. You've died 14 times in the game. You got that
I have.
achievement unlocked. Yep.
What are you
Archon
looking at? Steam?
606. Yeah. So the last time I played this game, and I have 40 hours in it, the last time I played it was December 8th, 2014. The game has changed a bit since I last played.
Yeah, you should play it with me sometime. We could play an online game. It'd be fun. I
Yeah.
mean, we could have a game like I we could make a game that I only play with you when you're able to play. I
Yeah,
won't
we can
play it
do that.
outside of then. Outside of when you can play, I won't play it. That'd be kind of cool.
That would be cool
But
because
the
me and
one
you
thing
would
that's
both hold ourselves, we would both hold each other to that too.
right, right, we would know. Like, hey, why is it on day 4 now when it was only on day 2 the other day?
Hmm.
But yeah, the only problem, well, it's not a problem. It's actually just a skill based thing. But like, in order to learn skills and learn how to upgrade in that game, you
Hmm.
have to find these little magazines. And sometimes, like, you'll want to make like a crafting station, but you can't until you're like level 10 in like that particular skill. And until you find 10 of those magazines somewhere in the game, you can't do it. And especially if you're playing with other people, you got to strategize, be like, hey, you use these type of magazines and I'll use these type of magazines, because if you both try and use them, you're never going to find enough,
Hmm.
because some of the skills go up to like 100. The
Okay.
odds are like finding 100 of one specific magazine is going to take forever. I mean,
Yeah, that
plus
is so true.
like you can set it to where, like, the one thing I do like is it has airdrops. You can set them to like one a day. So like once every game day, a plane will drive by and drop you like
Hmm.
a little crate. And usually there's like magazines and stuff in there, but you don't know which ones you're gonna get and stuff like that. So I mean, plus like if you don't go to an area for a while, like say that you find a city and you loot it, if you don't go Cubone,
Give them.
if you don't go to that city for like 5 days, then that city will reset and you can go back and loot it again. So I mean, there are ways to do it. It just it's tedious and it takes a while to get all your skills and stuff. But
Oh yeah, but it's still
I don't
good.
know. Yeah, the game is super fun though. I have a lot of fun with it, and I like being jump scared. And when you're like break down a door and all of a sudden there's a zombie coming at your face, it's kind of, yeah. I've been jump scared several times playing this game.
Tell you what, next Saturday we'll put some time into that game together.
Next Saturday I won't be home because it'll be, for us it'll be Labor Day weekend. So
Oh
I
yeah,
yeah, I got plans next Saturday.
I forgot
But
that.
we'll find a time and we'll make it work.
Life finds a
So
way to
life
game.
finds a way. In the meantime, I'll keep playing my other games.
Yeah.
I have a couple different games going. So, but yeah, I've been playing that game. Today I got sick of the lack of Magic the Gathering cards I have, because it's hard to build decks because I don't, like, I still can't find my one box that has a lot of my cards in it. It's not even a big box. It's only like that big. It's not that big. It holds maybe 400 cards max, and it's not full. But it's got a lot of good cards that are good to build stuff around.
Okay.
But I can't find it, and I don't know where it's at in my house. I've literally looked everywhere I can think of. I'm not sure where it's at.
I got a feel.
But you got a what?
I got a feeling that the big box I used to have, which was about yay long, it held a line of cards. I forgot how many it could hold, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to find that.
Did it look like this?
Yeah, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to find that because I believe it was in my mom's storage when she lost it, and so I don't have it anymore.
Hmm. Yeah. All my all my cards I used to have, like, from, like, I would say the last 17 years or so were in my sister's house when her house caught fire. So those all got lost. So I just recently started recollecting, but um anyway, I finally got sick of not having cards. So I went to the local card shop and they sell like random boxes that have like 3,000 cards in them,
Mhm.
and it's just random like common and uncommon cards. It's nothing like super good, but it's like good filler cards and like, good in a few decent instances, like instant cards and sorcery cards that you would use in decks and stuff. So I bought one of those, and then I went to our other card shop, and that was only $20 for 3,000 cards.
That's not bad.
Yeah, great. It's less than what? Less than I don't want to do math right now. Less than a penny a card, basically. But anyway, and then I went up to our local another card shop that's right by my house and got a pack of lands that has it's $5 and it has 100 of each type of land in it. So it was like now I can between that and the other decent cards that I've managed to pull recently, I can like start to form some decks up. Plus, like there's the one right here by my house has an insane amount of cards that you can look through and like if you're looking for specific cards. So I'm gonna yeah, I'll, I'll get into that more when we get to the main topic. But yeah, I'm planning a few decks at the moment. So
You're looking at uh 150 cards per dollar.
yeah, that's pretty decent.
I would say what the value is, but unfortunately, I don't know what we call something that's less than a cent.
Right, right. It's less than a cent per card.
It is two-thirds of a cent.
Right.
Could
So
you imagine going up to the counter and they say that's going to be two-thirds of a cent, sir?
actually, it's even better than that because they came in a big box too, and
Hmm.
those boxes cost
Oh yeah.
some of them. So it came in a big box. So now I got cards to work with, and I can put together some decks. So that's basically been my week.
Well, uh,
Besides the main topic, when we get into that, I got some more to talk about with that I did this week too. But
we will talk about those in a second. I'd like to get to the news articles first.
do it.
All right.
I know you're
So
excited about those.
I know, right? All right. So the first one is, as y'all know, I'm a big D&D fan. So Critical Role Campaign 4 is going to have a cast of 13 players,
Wow. Okay.
but they're doing it differently than what I've seen before. They are going to have multiple parties, three groups living in the same world, but each group is doing a different thing and affecting the world differently. But it's all going to be one overall arcing world, and I think that's going to be really interesting to watch and listen to.
Huh.
Uh, so we'll see how that goes. That's going to be a lot of work for Brennan Lee Mulligan, though. All right, so I found this one interesting. A future air taxi? Question mark. That
Air
just
taxi.
reminded me on the radio. We were talking to a guy on the radio, uh, two-way radio, and he sat there and was asking me a question, and he asked it in the tone of a question, and then at the end he goes, question mark. I'm like, really? Oh, you
My
said that
my
over?
dude, my daughter does that all the time. My daughter all the time says question mark instead of question mark.
Yeah, it's just funny though that he said it over a live radio.
Yeah.
um but a future air taxi, Archer's electric eVTOL flights 55 miles in 31 minutes. Archer Aviation is the official air taxi partner for the 2028 Olympic Games in Los Angeles. In June, it entered a key development phase ahead of full fledged flight certification and commercial operations by completed a piloted flight in its flagship Midnight aircraft, demonstrating a conventional takeoff and landing instead of vertical. However, it can do both. During that flight, which took place in the skies above Salinas, California, the eVTOL achieved a top speed of 125 miles per hour and a maximum altitude of 1,500 feet above ground. Most recently, Archer has taken its Midnight eVTOL to Salinas again, achieving its longest flight to date. Uh, the recent successful flight in California lasted 31 minutes. The piloted Midnight eVTOL traveled 55 miles, the company's longest recorded flight yet, with a pilot on board. Now, my question is, how long will that work? How will that work? Because they're going to have to charge.
Right.
There's not a lot of information, and I haven't deep dove this topic yet because I'm actually curious now. So now I'm probably going to deep diving it tonight. All right. Two of these articles now that I'm going to be reading are more of a cautionary, hey, we told you told. One of them is going to be a hey, we told you so type of situation. The other one's going to be a hey, watch out. So the first one, the we told you so. Here on Raw Nerdy, we told you so. Um,
Huh.
BBC has reported a growing trend in music for established but not superstar artists to be targeted by fake albums or songs that suddenly appear on their pages on Spotify and other streaming services. The article is titled Music Services Caught Streaming AI Generated Albums Impersonating Real Singers.
Yeah, AI's, man, I'm telling you, we
Yeah.
got to watch out for AI because it's becoming a problem in a lot of situations.
Oh, yeah. Even dead musicians have had AI generated new material added to their catalogs. Uh,
Right.
let's see. According to music industry analysts Ruminate, about 99,000 songs are uploaded to streaming services every day, usually via dozens of distribution services, which ask the uploader to submit the artist's details. If that information is incorrect and a song wrongly gets listed under an existing artist's name, it's down to them or their label to complain and get it removed. Spotify really needs to step up and start doing their own work because we can't be letting AI do this.
Mhm.
Some people
It's
are saying
it
it.
shouldn't be allowed. Like, it's the same thing that we were talked about that one time with the voice actors and how
Mm-hmm.
they're like getting cut out because of AI, and the AI is just using their likeness without their permission,
Oh,
and
yeah,
it's not okay.
it's not. And they really need to crack down on it. Uh, that's the reason why they had that panel at WonderCon was because they were worried stuff like this would happen, and it's starting to happen. The woman who did the voice and motion cap of the main character from Horizon Zero Dawn caught them using her image and likeness and voice in something she didn't record.
Right.
So yeah,
That's that's wild.
I really think they need to get protected so that way they don't lose their income over all this. All right.
Right.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens in the future. Stay tuned as we learn this stuff. We'll let y'all know. So this one was posted on the 24th, the day we're recording.
Mhm.
So there is a dating advice app called T. According to BBC, they found uh, leaked information. The T dating advice app leaked information on its users. The BBC found two online maps purporting to represent the locations of women who signed up for T, showing 33,000 pins spread across the United States. The maps were hosted on Google Maps. Notified by BBC, Google deleted the maps saying they violated the harassment policies.
Well, yeah,
Yeah. So at least Google stepped up and did something.
that's kind of creepy. People can just go on there and just find out where all these women are living.
Hmm.
Yeah, no thanks.
Since the breach, more than 10 women have filed class actions against the company which owns T, which is good because they need to be held accountable for leaking that
Right,
information.
right. When you have sensitive information like that, you got to be able to protect it.
Hmm. Especially when doxing is a real issue in today's society
Right.
and swatting is a thing, which is ridiculous.
Well, all this negative news, I got some positive news.
Yay! What's some positive news?
So apparently, the CEO of McDonald's stated he feels their prices are just way too high. Too often, because consumers are looking for a good value, and too often they're finding meals that cost over $10 at McDonald's. And he said that's shaping perceptions in a negative way, and that they are going to fix that by lowering the price of all of their combo meals.
Good. Because right now,
Yeah,
their
it just kept
dollar
getting
menu's not a
higher.
dollar.
There is no dollar menu anymore.
I
Dollar
know.
menu did now it's the value menu, and like the cheapest thing on it's like $3. It's stupid. Like their
Hmm.
dollar menu went away. All fast food just got so expensive that it's almost not even, well, it isn't worth it. Like the prices are just getting insane. And like that article said, like you go to McDonald's and just about every meal is $10 or more
Yeah. There
for
is
just a regular combo meal.
It's nearly impossible unless you find specials going on to get anything under $10 as a meal.
Yeah, I went and got a bacon McDouble. Okay, now keep in mind McDoubles used to be on the dollar menu.
Mhm.
Obviously, bacon was a little bit more, but a bacon McDouble was 4.69
Yep.
for just the sandwich. Nothing, no fries, no drink, just the sandwich. 4.69 for a bacon McDouble.
Mhm.
That's ridiculous.
That's greed for you. I don't
But
think I don't even think a lot of this has to do with, uh, the cost of operating a business. Some of them, it's just being greedy.
yeah, and I mean, I get that COVID, when COVID hit, it affected distribution lines and stuff like
Mhm.
that, and things got more expensive. But not that much more expensive, and now all of that is back to normal, so the prices should go back to normal, but they're not, and the CEO of McDonald's was like, "Yeah, we see this, and we need to fix it." So they says McDonald's and its US franchises agreed to price 8 popular combo meals at 15% less than the total cost of buying the items separately. So, they're hoping to bring the combo meals down to
I
below
mean,
$10
it's
again.
almost $15 for a medium-sized meal these days.
At some places, yeah. And I'm hoping that like all other situations in life, all these other companies are gonna be like, "Oh, crap, McDonald's is lowering their prices, so we better lower ours too so we can compete." And hopefully it creates a global trend of a downward
Yeah.
spiral. Because like, I would love to see, like I would love to be able to go and get, like, a decent like, go get a meal for lunch and not feel like I'm having to spend a whole hour's worth of pay just to eat lunch.
Fast food these days, I can go to a restaurant and get a full sit down plate of food for roughly the same price as fast food these days. Fast food was meant to
Just
be
about.
cheap and easy.
Right, and it's like, I should be able to take a half-hour lunch break and stop at, like, McDonald's or one of those places to get lunch if I want to, and not
Mhm.
have to spend an entire hour's worth of pay,
Yeah,
just get a half-hour lunch, you know? It's like, that's silly.
it's
But
ridiculous. But let's get to our main topic. How about that?
yeah, boy!
Actually, we are actually getting to our main topic faster than we have in the past weeks.
Look at us go.
All right, so I did put some topics together in the notes just so I could have a guide for us because I know we're going to deviate massively and Uh, they're just like 5 topics to hit really quick and then focus on each topic because they're actually legit topics.
Okay.
So
Um,
the number one topic I put on here, what is your favorite style to play right now? Commander,
for
standard,
me, it's
modern.
Commander.
For me, it's Commander, and for me, the reason why it's Commander is it's too expensive to play modern and standard because you're having to buy the most recent series. Uh,
Yeah, because you can't play it with like the older cards. They've like you have to be up to date, which
mhm,
I mean, a lot of the newer series have cards you don't want to miss out on anyway. So I still try and like when I buy a booster pack here and there of the newer cards and try and hit some of the better cards. The problem that I'm finding is that especially the big sets like the Final Fantasy sets and stuff like that,
mhm,
the price on them is so high because the demand is so high and you're lucky if you can even find one because between all the people that are reselling on Amazon and stuff, they're buying them all up and then reselling them for twice the price.
mhm.
And all the YouTubers who are trying to open, that big card on YouTube for hits and views and stuff so that they could turn around and sell it. Like the scalpers are like killing the market. You cannot find like the Final Fantasy set, you can't find it anywhere. I could go to any store at any time and I'm not going to find any. And if you do get lucky enough to find like a booster, like a one of the collector boosters, sometimes you'll see those in the store because they're so expensive you can't afford them anyway. They're like $150 per pack, which is
Yeah,
stupid.
some places, I've seen a couple of places around here have the booster packs for like Final Fantasy, and they're still there. Um,
Lucky.
yeah.
Around here you don't find the regular play boosters you don't find. There's one place I know of in town right now that has a couple packs of the collectors, but they're $112 where they retail like when they originally came out they retailed for like $47, but they're selling them for 120.
Oh, right
Like,
now, there's a website called tcgplayer.com where you
oh, I
can.
use that site all the time.
I know, so do I. That's where I bought my Baldur's Gate Play Booster box. So I have Baldur's Gate Draconic Descent. I have, um,
And you could buy the packs on TCG right now.
yep.
And how much are they selling for?
The Final Fantasy Play Booster was $9.97. So
See,
$10.
that's way too expensive.
That's on average for most of the newer sets these days, though.
Not really. Like out here, like the couple packs I bought were like I think 6.99 a piece or something like that. When I've actually found a couple packs in the store one time.
But those particular sets also are, um,
Yeah, the commander booster or the collector boosters are 130.99
that's
on
collectors,
that
though.
site. That's nuts. But the thing is like you're guaranteed to get 5 to 6 rare cards
Mhm,
in the collectors, which is good. And the collectors they've made it to where like there's certain cards like the surge foil, like the really good surge foils, or like that golden chocobo everybody's searching for,
mhm.
you could only get in those collector packs.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't want to pay $150 for a set of random cards that I'm not guaranteed to get my money back on.
There with that set though, there are a lot of cards. There's I think at least 8 or 9 different cards that sell for like $700 plus that you could pull. But I've also seen a lot of people on like
That card
TikTok and
right
stuff.
there has made back a lot of the money from the play boosters I got for the Baldur's Gate set.
No, it hasn't because it's still in your hand. You haven't sold it yet, so it
Well,
hasn't got back anything.
it will if I choose to, but it's
Yeah,
valued at 30. I think that one was like $39, somewhere around there. Uh,
yeah.
but cards
I
are
got.
expensive.
I,
So I have Baldur's Gate, I have Final Fantasy, and I have Lord of the Rings. Those are my 3 commander decks that I'm going to rip apart the Baldur's Gate one. But those are the 3 decks I'm running. And
mhm.
I can actually throw in cards from Urza Saga from back when in the Mirage era, back when we were in high school.
Right. And I mean, you can play standard if you find like a pod to play in and stuff, and it's
Mhm.
not like as long as you're not trying to play in tournaments, then you don't have like the rules in tournaments are super strict where you can only play with like the last 5 sets or something stupid like that. And like, but Commander's just more fun to me because not only is it like the structure's different, you have 100 cards per deck instead of 60. It's like there's a lot more cards that are legal to play in it, even in pods and stuff. And it's it seems to me, even though it's 100 instead of 60, the Commander games seem more fast paced.
They can be. They can also, if you're playing with 4 different people, can be slower paced. One thing I do like about the commander deck, though, is you're guaranteed if somebody plays one card on you, they're not going to play other copies of that card on you because you
Right,
can only have
right.
one card with that name.
Yeah, which also makes it a little bit harder to like a little for me. It's more fun to strategize how I'm going to build my thing,
Hmm.
my deck, because I have to have 100 cards, but I can't have any duplicates, and you also can't have like I don't like more than one legendary creature of the same thing.
Huh?
I want to say that like one of the things like you can't have the same legend. Well, no, I mean yeah, you can't have the same legendary creature because you can't have the same two two of the same card in your
Yeah,
deck.
you
So
can have multiple legendary creatures. You just can't have the same creature. The legend rule still applies.
yeah, the only thing that you can't have, or the only thing you can have multiples of, is like basic lands.
Hmm.
But like even your like
Na-
your like
y-
named lands, you
yeah,
can only have one.
exactly.
So like
So your dual lands, you can only have one.
right. But like your mana rocks and stuff, like I know I used to have like in some of my standard decks, I'd be running like 4 soul rings just
Hmm.
in case, just like I had like
But
I don't
what's
know.
nice is they have made multiple different cards be able to do a lot of the things that other cards
Yeah,
can do, which is
right,
great. And it makes it more variety. So it's not like, hey, if I want to make a video game of this or a animation of this fight, I don't have to copy and paste the same guy 4 times because somebody has
right,
4 of them in his deck. But to me, Commander's fun because not only do you have your commander that you have to build your deck around because your deck can only be the colors of your commander.
right.
So if
Which depending on your deck, like for me, like one of my favorite decks is my sliver deck, which is my commander is all 5 colors. So
Mhm.
that works for me.
I'm building a dragon deck using Miram Sentinel Worm. A lot of people is the second popular commander to use for dragons. The first one being the Dragon, but I don't want to go
Obviously.
pay $40 for the Dragon.
Yeah, the Ur Dragon is beast. That thing is really nasty.
But the dragon is red, blue, and green, and majority of the dragons I want to use anyway are red, blue, and green, so it works. Which I
Yeah.
can't use. There's only one primeval dragon that was reprinted that I can actually use in this deck. This ain't the deck. This is just all the cards I plan on going through to verify.
Right.
Uh, but I can't use half the primeval dragons because they're white and black, and I can't use white and black in this deck.
Yeah, that the deck I'm building right now is actually a white and black deck.
But it's fun. I like Commander because you actually have to strategize around building your deck. You can't just do a burn deck because Magic can play fast these days compared to when we were kids playing Magic.
Right.
S-
Really, really fast.
So we've also touched on one of the other topics, the cost of
Okay.
playing Magic.
Oh gosh, it's nuts. I mean, it depends on how competitive you want to be. If you want to be really competitive, then you're going to spend a lot of money.
Yeah, if you're playing this casually, Commander's the way to go. Legends is the way to go. Uh, it won't cost you as much, but standard competitive play, you have to have some of the most recent decks. And if you've been out of it for a while, that's going to be fun. So, why did you stop playing before getting back
When
into it?
mainly because I didn't really have like so when I was a young warthog
When he
back in
was
the
a
day.
young warthog.
Thank you. But back in the day, I used to have a buddy of mine used to live with me, and my buddy Chris, and he was big into Magic. He's the one that got me big back into Magic. This was back in like 2008 ish. Like, but he got me big back into Magic, and like he had two, like his sister and her boyfriend played, so they'd all come over and we'd play all the time. And but then he moved out, and moved on with life, and then my sister had a house fire, and I lost all my cards, so I kind of stopped playing altogether. But then my stepson started like him and his dad play Magic the Gathering, and like our cousin, like one of his cousins, like his dad's cousin, I guess would be, but they're like a friend of the family, and like he plays, and so I was like, hey, as a way to kind of bond with my son Rowan a little bit, like I started putting together a couple decks and stuff, so I could play with them, and then we invite Brandon over every now and then, and we'll play and stuff. And then my buddy Chris that used to live with me, actually, I was talking to him about Magic the Gathering today, and he's like, "Hey, I don't really got anything going this week. What if I come up Wednesday and we play a little?" And I was like, "Sweet, let's do it." So he's coming up, and we're gonna play together again. And I'm kind of worried because he could build some decks. Like that dude knows what he's doing.
Hmm.
And so far, my sliver deck has never lost, but I don't. I might lose that crown against him because I've seen what he can do with some decks, but I might. I pulled this bad boy the other day, and I might throw this just for the day into my sliver deck, my little super state card
Oh yeah.
that my thing doesn't want to focus on, but this card is like stupid good. Or if I can get this deck I'm putting together right now together before he gets here, then that'd be pretty exciting because I'm what I'm building is a black and white angel vampire deck, which I know it sounds kind of weird, but it's all based around a card. It's called Drana and Livala is going to be my commander, and it costs 4 mana to put out, one colorless, two white, and a black. It's a 3/4 vampire angel with flying and vigilance, and its abilities on it are activated abilities of creatures your opponents control can't be activated. So they can't use any of their activated abilities. Plus, Drana and Linvala has all activated abilities of all creatures your opponents control, and I may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to activate those abilities. So basically, I steal all of their abilities, and they can't use any of their abilities. Plus, the whole deck synergizes around like almost all of the angel cards and stuff I have currently have life link, give me life you know, as I'm playing and stuff like that. Like when they enter the battlefield or when they attack or whatever, they give me life. And then a lot of my vampires also have life link and stuff, but have abilities in which whenever I gain life, it does damage to my opponents. So like as I'm gaining all the life from the angels, the vampires are then based on their activated abilities doing damage back to them,
I
and it's just a vicious cycle.
I have a card for you, sir. You need
Is
to
it
get
exquisite blood?
no, it's Asterion. Uh, Let me look it up real quick because I can't remember the rest of the name.
Astarion.
It's from Baldur's Gate.
Oh,
The
yeah, I don't have any of the Baldur's
Asterion
Gate
the
cards.
Decadent, and the reason why I say that is because he has Death Touch and Lifelink. He's a 4/4. At the beginning of your end step, choose one. Target opponent loses life equal to the amount of life they lost this turn, or you gain life equal to the amount of life you gained this turn.
Oh, so I could gain life and then make them lose the life at
You
the
can
same
only do
time.
one or
That's
you can only do one or the other of those.
right. But if I have a card where however much life I gain, it does damage to them, so I could gain that life.
And
and then
then
it will do damage to them. So it's
yeah.
like I would get both.
Now
What kind of is he a vampire?
yeah, he's a legendary vampire.
Uh, what's his name?
Asterion. Astarion the Decadent.
Let me look him up. Is that I think
He is legendary creature, vampire, elf, rogue.
vampire elf rogue? Okay, that's a interesting combination.
Well, if you played Baldur's Gate 3, you'd know who he is.
I do know who he is. I played it enough to know who he is.
Yeah, they actually put him. I have him
The
on.
decadent.
Yep,
Oh, that's only a 60-cent card,
yep. It's not
and
expensive,
he's
and he'd work great in your deck.
beginning of your end step. Choose one. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh, and he's black and white. Oh, huh.
He'd work great in your deck.
Yeah, he would.
Uh, the one thing you
I'm gonna get my hands on that card.
the one thing you got to remember though is Drana and Linvala only stops activated abilities, triggered
Right,
abilities, and static abilities. They don't interfere with.
right, right. I know that it's only the activated abilities, but hmm, it still fits the
Yeah,
motif that I'm
it
looking
does.
for.
I'm not saying that it does.
And a lot of commanders that people run have activated abilities on them.
Mhm.
So
The good thing is I have him,
what's
Miram.
that?
Yeah, I'll just put a screen capture
Yeah,
on there.
that protection from black and white or whatever.
No, this one doesn't have protection from black and white, but what he does have is whenever not it's his is a triggered ability. Whenever another non-token dragon enters the battlefield under your control, create a token that's a copy of it. Except
Oh
the
yeah, you
token
showed me
isn't
that.
legendary if it's a dragon.
I actually thought about one thing that would be stupid
Huh.
is building an infect deck with this super state card in it,
Mm-hmm.
because I know it was blurry and you couldn't see it for those that are watching, but super state is an enchant creature. It's a legendary enchantment or a card, and you enchant the creature you control. Enchanted creature has a base power and toughness of 9, has flying, first strike, trample, and haste. And whenever this enchanted creature deals combat damage to an opponent, it deals that much damage to each other opponent as well.
Mm-hmm.
So if I built an infect deck and put that on him, then the creature that would be attacking, that would have trample, haste, flying, all that nonsense, would be dealing infect counter, aka poison counters to the player. And as long as he had like 1+1+1 counter and was doing 10 damage, he would kill everybody in one turn. He would give them 10 poison counters in one round and they would die. It would be the end of the game. So it could be pretty nasty
It could.
if done right. If out of a 100 card deck you happen to pull super state as one of your cards in your hand, then it would be great.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, infect decks, everybody hates them anyway, especially if they're like Pyrexians, because Pyrexians are just
Yeah.
almost as hated as slivers.
So the pre-con Baldur's Gate deck I have is a goad deck, and right now the only person I play against is my brother. So it doesn't really work so much in the sense that what it's designed to do, but it does help because then my brother has to attack each turn, which either he has to tap his creature and use his creature's ability as an instant, or he has to attack, which keeps him from hurting me while I'm building up my army. But
So,
Goad
okay,
is
go ahead.
Goad is nice though, because if you're playing with more people, Goad forces the creatures of target opponent to attack another player.
So there's a combo that would go really good in a Go deck. Um, oh gosh, I can't remember the name of the other card, but so in a couple weeks, they're coming out with a new set that's the Spider-Man set, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's a card in there. I want you to look it up real quick. and you'll see where I'm going with this, but it's called Anti Venom.
All right. Anti-venom horrifying healer. When
Yep, that.
anti-venom enters, if he was cast, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. If damage will be dealt to anti-venom, prevent that damage and put that many +1/+1 counters on him.
Okay, so then there's another card that says all damage done to you is done to target creature instead. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like a one. It costs almost nothing. So then you play that, and then like all any damage that anybody would do to you is done to anti venom instead, and instead of being damaged, he just gets stronger.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, so that combo, I'm definitely building a deck around that combo once the Spider-Man deck comes out or the Spider-Man set comes out. I'm gonna get that card and I'm gonna do it because, gosh, I can't remember what that card's called though. I'm gonna figure it out right
Wow,
now.
I'm sitting here reading a card called Dawnsire's Sunstar Dreadnought. It's a legendary artifact spacecraft with a mana cost of 5. Uh, you can station creatures on it. You put charge counters equal to its power. When you tap another creature you control, put charge counters equal to its power on the spacecraft. Station only as a sorcery if it's an artifact creature at plus 20. 20 plus. So once you put 10 charge tokens on it, whenever you attack, Dawnsire deals 100 damage to up to one target creature or planeswalker. And then if you station 20 on it, then it becomes a 20/20 creature. That's ridiculous.
Jeez. Yeah, there's a couple that are just one what was I thinking? There's this one card called like Bristly Bill.
Uh-huh.
Let me find it real quick. I'll tell you. He's I kind of want this card too. This is like I was talking about building a landfall deck, and I really want this. But
Uh-huh.
basically, Brissy Bill, whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, put a 1/1 counter on target creature, and then you pay 3 + 2 green to double the number of 1/1 counters on each creature you control.
Oh, nice.
So that can get so out of control.
So I asked you, and you answered all of the other topics I had on here, but I asked you a
Yeah,
couple of these. Now I'm going to answer the last three that you answered. So I stopped playing back in 2000 three. Yeah, around 2003, 2004, just because I was in the military. It was Magic the Gathering is hard to keep all your cards stored somewhere while you're going.
right.
Um, so I got out of it for the longest time. I was more into online RPGs, MMOs, stuff like that. Uh, then recently, back then, I actually had a dragon deck that I built, and it was actually a pretty good one. I had cards in there that let me get my dragons out really fast. Uh,
Okay.
I gotta find them now. There's a couple I'm looking at to get, and that'll help me out. But I got back into it recently when the Final Fantasy deck. Me and my brother both got back into it because of the Final Fantasy deck. We went around looking for Final Fantasy cards, and then
Nice.
I was at my local game store where I do my Pathfinder games every weekend, and they had the I forgot what it's called, Limit Break deck. So I bought that, and after I bought that, my brother bought another deck, one of the other ones, and we've been getting back into it. He's building his deck. I'm working on building my dragon deck. This next weekend, the uh, the weekend following the release of this episode, I will have played two other people, or at least I will play a commander deck with three people versus just two. Luckily, Magic. Wizards gives you rules on how to play with just 1v1 on Commander versus everybody else.
Right.
Uh, but that's what's gotten me back into it. And now that Commander is a thing, I'm enjoying the challenge of trying to build a deck that flows quickly like a standard deck with 100
Right.
cards.
Hey, when you come up this way for Comic-Con,
Mhm.
bring a couple decks.
Oh, I will.
Bring a couple decks. We're gonna play.
Nice. I'll definitely bring a
I'm gonna
couple
put you up
decks.
against my sliver deck and see how long you
I
last.
gotta get my dragon deck built and flowing the way I want it to first. My problem
Notice how I
is
didn't say see if you'll win. I said see how long you'll last.
what's nice is I don't know if I got the card yet or not. I thought I was going to buy it. I thought I bought it. It's there's a card out there that says choose one of the following: destroy all dragons or destroy all non-dragons.
That's pretty nice.
yeah. I for-
Only one problem with that card.
hmm,
My commander that I use in my sliver deck is all slivers are indestructible.
true.
So there will be no destroying my slivers.
However, I do have a card that I will probably put my dragon deck where I can turn your commander into a 0/4 tree folk who loses all of his abilities.
Not if I get out my all slivers have hexproof.
True. But if you do that, I'll just wipe the board all this just remove all creatures.
How if I have indestructible?
I said remove, not destroy.
Mm,
Destroy.
we'll see.
There are cards that say destroy, and there's cards out there that say remove them all back to your hand, which is not destroying
Oh,
them.
yeah, you can do that if you
But
want.
once you do that, I can destroy all your lands and then you can't play nothing. I actually had that set up in one deck back in the early 2000s. I played
Have you
Wrath
ever
of God
seen a sliver
Armageddon.
deck?
Yes, I have. I used to have one.
You could destroy all my lands, and that does not affect my sliver deck one bit.
It
Because I have
does if I
no.
destroy your creatures first and or remove your creatures and then destroy all your lands. Because then you can't play them from your hand.
Sure, I can because I have like if you destroy all my creatures, I still have all my mana rocks and stuff that I could use to put down my slivers that also can be make all my slivers tap for mana, and then all my other slivers come out. It's that deck
I
synergizes
know
so well.
I know how slivers work, but there are ways around it, and I actually pulled it off one time. Back in the early 2000s, I had a Wrath of God and an Armageddon in my deck. I ended up pulling both of those, and my turn came around, and I had one life left. Played the Wrath of God, which destroyed all creatures. And then,
Removed them
I
or
don't know,
destroyed them.
this is before Indestructible was a thing.
Oh,
So
okay,
it
okay.
was destroy all creatures. And then I turned around and threw down the Armageddon, destroy all lands. Before I did that, I had a dragon called the Mist Dragon. I phased it out because it had ability. You pay 2 and 1 island and you can phase it out. So I phased it out, destroyed all the creatures, destroyed all the lands, and it phased back in next turn. And I just pinged him to death because all his lands were destroyed. And I had a creature that we had no lands to play, but I had one creature out that was just hitting him.
Plus my most recent card that I just got and put into my sliver deck. I'm pulling it up right now. It's called Thrumming Hive Pool. Thrumming Hive Pool is an artifact that has affinity to slivers, which means it costs 1 less for each to cast for each sliver I control, obviously. It gives all my slivers double strike and haste. Plus, at the beginning of my upkeep, I get to create 2 1/1 sliver tokens every single turn at the beginning of my upkeep.
Nice. That's a good one.
So, yeah, that card is it's from the new Edge of Eternities
Mhm.
set. That's one of 2 cards for my sliver deck from that set. The other one I really want to get is the Sliver Overlord because it is the coolest looking card I've ever seen, and I want it so bad. It looks so awesome.
Yep. Evacuation. Return all creatures to their owner's hands.
Yeah, that's fine. How much does it cost?
17 cents.
No, I mean how much like mana?
5 total. 2 blue, 3 any.
Yeah, that's possible. Oh, wait. I also have a sliver that counters target spells. That makes all my slivers I could tap them and counter target spells. So I would just counter your spells if I have that sliver out, obviously. Like
Yeah,
this is all
that's
hypothetically. So like I gotta have these cards, and you also have to draw those cards. And
see. This is all hypothetical because it is a 100 card deck, and the way my shuffling has been going lately, I could get flooded with mana.
yeah, the only issue that I could ever have with my slivers is having too much mana because like
But the good
I
news
have
is, back in 2014, I think they removed mana burn, which
did they?
I think is the stupidest rule they could have done because the way I see some people play, removing mana burn, a lot of games would
I
be over
didn't know
faster.
that.
Yeah.
Because I have a couple cards that, like, I chose not to put in. Like, I have one card that you tap and it gives you 4 colorless mana, but I chose not to put that in because 'cause I'm like, I don't know when I would ever use 4 colorless mana all at once. Like,
Hmm.
it's a very, like, I didn't wanna get stuck with it, you know? It's a very a niche card, but, like,
Oh, 2010.
they
Sorry.
were if they remove that and that doesn't oh, that changes things. Ah, that changes things a lot. Now I actually might use that other card I was, not gonna use in my Angel Vampire deck too.
Yep. Yeah. I don't know why they got rid of it. Uh, Based on the wiki, it was almost removed in 6th edition rules update, but they fought to keep it in. 10 years later, he fought to have it removed. His reasons to remove it were that it would free up design space, do away with a rule that's confusing for new players, and that it's a rule that wasn't pulling its weight.
Oh, that changes so many things. I did not know that they got rid of Mana Burn.
Hmm.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
Oh boy.
it's interesting they got rid of it. It'll be it makes where you just tap everything now, and you don't have to worry about, hey, this made me tap this for that, and then this gave me more than I need. I got to figure out how to do this. Now it's boom. I tapped all these to do all this,
Yeah,
which is good.
that changes things because now I'm definitely gonna use that one card that where I tap it for 4 colorless, and then there's another like, there was a vampire that I didn't put in my deck because it made it to where every time I tapped a 4 or I mean, every time I tapped a swamp, it gave me 2 mana instead of 1, and I'm like, "Ooh, that could hurt me in the long run."
Yeah.
But now oh boy. Oh boy.
And this is a topic I was debating upon and putting in there because there are some rule changes from when we played when we were younger to now. Some of the rule changes, what we think are rule changes, are rules that have been around for a long time. The difference is they just reworded it, like hexproof. Instead of
Yeah,
just saying this creature can't be the target of spells or abilities, they just say hexproof now. Uh,
right. That used to be Shroud, like, isn't Shroud and Hexproof different, though?
no, they're both the same thing. They can't beat it.
Really?
For based on what I've read on research, Shroud and Hexproof. Uh Sorry. All right. So Shroud is no one can do it. Hexproof is opponent can't do it. So if you have Shroud, you cannot affect your own creatures with spells or abilities. Hexproof keeps your opponent from doing it only.
Hmm.
It looks like Shroud is an older one with Hexproof coming in as a newer thing.
So so if
Uh,
my slivers have Shroud, can they be the or can they be the target of I think they can, though.
no, if they have Shroud, you cannot they cannot be the target of spells or abilities. on either side. They can be affected by universal abilities still. They just can't be directly targeted. So if you play a card
Oh,
that
right. So if
says
I have a card that says all slivers have, then that
yes,
still counts.
yes,
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, because I remember talking about this the other day, and realizing I could still do everything I needed to with my slivers.
it just means I can't target or you can't target a specific anything that says target creatures or anything like that
What
cannot
about
affect
putting
them.
like an enchantment on
Nope.
them? Can you do that?
No, because that's targeting that creature with a spell.
Hmm.
So that is the bad thing about Shroud is it keeps you from using it on your own creatures. But at
Hexproof, you still can.
hexproof you still can.
Interesting.
Vigilance, vigilance. Instead of just putting the words on there, attacking doesn't cause this creature to tap. They've worded it to vigilance. Let's see what else. Um,
Yeah.
Man, there's just so many different things. And I'm going through looking at this. Domain, this spell costs 2 less to cast for each basic land type among lands you control. Flying is flying.
Yeah, there's
Storm,
so many. There's like warp. Um,
there's
warp is one that
Myriad.
I wasn't. There's a lot of new things in the game that I'm still trying to learn, like how like vehicles and things like that. Like I know how sagas work now, but vehicles are still kind of
So
odd.
vehicles, so they've changed a little bit from based on what I've seen. Vehicles now you have to uh station people on them or pilot them. You have to tap a creature to apply tokens
Right,
to them and stuff. And then when you hit that certain number, that effect happens. And then when you hit the last number, it becomes a creature. Um,
right.
it's great for counter decks because throw a lot
There's
of
some,
counters on a creature and then bam, I got a 20/20 that when I attack, I'll do 100 damage to a target creature.
yeah. That vehicle's nuts.
Hmm.
I got a card today, and I should have pulled some of these things out. But I got a card today that was a like a legendary juggernaut that makes all your other creatures juggernauts and makes them attack every turn, but
Hmm.
also makes them just insanely good. I was like,
Oh,
this
yeah.
could be fun.
And then I don't know when this started, but creatures like Disruptive Stormbrood that have multiple effects on them,
Right.
that I wish my camera would focus. That is different because you can either cast it as a sorcery or cast it as a creature. But when you cast it as a sorcery, it just shuffles into your library.
Oh, you wanna hear a card that this card is definitely that cleric deck I was telling you I want to make. This
Hmm.
card is going to be like it's not a legendary creature, so I can't use it as the commander. But oh my goodness, Grand Abolisher. During your turn, your opponents can't cast spells or activate abilities of artifacts, creatures, or enchantments.
Hmm.
That card is nuts.
I actually have a
Like
dragon.
whenever it's your turn, they can't do anything to stop you.
I actually have a dragon that keeps you from being able to cast spells on my turn. So, like, if I attack and you have a fog um
Looking for that.
or something that'll boost your creatures as an instant, you can't protect your creatures. So,
Right. Flash cards, things like that. They can't do anything, or like they can't counterspell you, nothing.
hmm,
That's
it's crazy.
trying to find that Juggernaut card that I was just telling you about because I it's in one of these. Listen to this one. I've never seen this card before in my life, but I laughed so hard when I pulled it. Holy cow. It is an Ox Angel. Holy cow enters the battlefield. You gain 2 life and can scry. It is a flying cow. It is an Ox Angel. I'm like, that's amazing. I might actually put that in my deck
Yes,
because of the absurdity of it.
just because of the name.
Yeah.
The one that
And
got
the
me
fact that it's an ox.
The one that
That's just funny.
the one that got me was flying ward. That one took me a minute to realize what it was. But ward is one of those rules that wasn't around when I was playing.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen that one where you can make it take less damage.
Hmm. So trigger an ability on a permanent that forces an opponent to pay a specified cost, such as mana or life, if they target it with a spell or ability.
Yeah. It's crazy some of these lands they're adding into the game too that are just like the land card can help win the game for you.
Hmm.
Where is that stupid
It's a lot different than when we started playing,
I'm just trying to find this.
but it's
It,
be interesting to see what we can come up with.
look at this. Look at this swamp.
Oh, I
I
like
think
that
it's
look of that.
wicked cool looking.
Hmm.
I think I just.
They got some good ones out there.
Oh, that's also good. Where is that stupid thing? It should be right here somewhere. But oh man, I don't see it.
But yeah, so uh I think that's all we're gonna have time for. We're at
Probably.
a little over an hour. Um,
Yeah, I don't see it. So it's buried somewhere. But yeah, that card, the Juggernaut was really cool. Man.
but yeah, so uh just like Magic the Gathering, we have no set time limit. However, we do want to keep it at a shorter time so people don't get
Yeah,
bored.
we don't want to go too crazy because we don't want anybody getting bored.
Now, when we actually do Comic Cons and stuff, we might go longer just because we're doing video format now, so we can actually do more at the Comic Con instead of just talking.
Right. Yeah. I think I might have to bring my wife along to do some like video like recording for us and stuff because
Yeah, I told you I'll bring the mics.
it's gonna be hard to record stuff.
Yeah, and have both of us in the camera at the same time.
Right. Right. I mean, we could do it like one at a time if we need to, but
Yeah, if your wife will go, it makes more sense.
oh, there it is. Okay, so this is the card. It looks kind of cool. It's like a borderless card, but it says Juggernauts you control attack each combat if able. Juggernauts you control can't be blocked by walls. Other creatures you control have base power and toughness of 5/3 and are juggernauts in addition to the other creature types. What makes everything a juggernaut makes everything attack all the time. Rawr.
Hmm.
It's kind of fun. But
Well, so you want to wrap this up?
all right, if you guys want to get a hold of us for any business needs or anything, you can always email us. It's podcastraw@gmail.com. We both have access to it and we both get pings. So anytime you email us, you'll get a response back pretty quick. But the place to be and the place you will get the most immediate response from us is Discord. Our Discord is discord.gg or /GG. You know how to do Discord. But it's Raw Podcasts. Um, we are always on there. We have a pretty good community on there. Feel free to join us. We talk all the time on there with with our friends. We're on there whenever we're playing a game or something. We generally get into Discord and we're chatting with people at the same time. So hop in, talk to us. It's connected to both of our phones, so if you message us on there, you'll get a response almost immediately. You can also find us on all the major platforms. We're on Facebook, podcast, is that
Raw
Raw
podcast.
Podcasts,
Raw podcast.
and Instagram is.
Raw podcast one. Ha! I haven't said that in a while.
And we have an X, but we don't ever go on there, so don't message us there if you want us to reply to you.
Yeah,
But
X has become way too political and full of hate, so we avoid it.
yeah, we avoid things like that, like the plague. Um, and you can also contact us individually. You can find me pretty much anywhere as the Archon 606.
You can follow me almost everywhere as some variation of Tomcat213 or Rook213.
And as always, have a fantastic week, guys.
Y'all stay nerdy.